can I do for you today, sir?
I need blades.
Okay. Do you have a part number?
No, it's a lawnmower. Do you have the blades?
I have all kinds of blades. There's different types of blades for different brands of mowers. I need some more information so I can get you the right blades.
Oh, is that right? I thought everything was the same.
I'm sure you're aware that there's tons of different manufacturers and they all make their own blades to fit their mowers.
Wow, learn something new every day, I guess. I think I got one of those Taryl Skag right stander, sit down, stand up, walk behind mowers. 79 incher, I believe.
Are you messing with me? You just named 3 different brands of mowers and 3 different types of mowers. And another thing, they don't make a 79-inch mower.
We'll get this man a raise. You're telling me I don't know what I have? This place is ridiculous. Next you're gonna tell me blades aren't 79 cents anymore.
Alright, it's time for you to go. You're just gonna have to get your blades somewhere else. I can't help you.
I ain't going anywhere. I'm not leaving until I get my 79-inch blades. So why don't you walk your little butt back there and go and get them? I thought you were the master. Now get me my blades now.
What the heck's going on up here, Pa? I heard all kinds of commotion, lights flickering. I'm back here trying to work on a scrub cadet, all kinds of crazy noises. What's going on?
I don't know, Junior. That customer was upsetting me and all of a sudden something just came over me.
This place is a mess. Looked like a tornado rolled through here, Pa. What the heck happened?
I don't know, Junior. I just kind of blacked out for a minute.
It was the Squall Eye.
What? What are you talking about, Slippers? Where did you come from?
I was in the bathroom. The plumbing's down at my house, so I had to come by here and use your facilities.
Ugh, smells horrible in there, Slippers.
Probably shouldn't have had those liver and onion White Castles for dinner last night. Well, they were mighty delicious, though, but you have a special power, Taryl. Your daddy had it, and now you have it.
I don't understand. This has never happened before. What is this Squall Eye you speak of?
When someone pushes you too far, the Squall Eye comes out. It's a power from within. You have to be careful, Taryl, because some people will try to take that power away from you.
Do I have the Squall Eye?
Oh, no. Sorry, little dude. Oh no, Taryl. It looks like they found you. I'm out of here. Yeah.
What's he talking about, Pa? Who found you? What's going on around here? What was that?
Oh no, they got Slippers!
Oh no, that's terrible. Ah! I don't know what's going on around here, Pa, but maybe we should check it out.
No, I don't want to go in there.
Don't be scared.
Do you smell that? That's the smell of fear.
Smells like fecal.
Well, it's fear and fecal. I'm scared. I don't want to go in there.
Yeah. Come on, let's go.
You go first.
No. Well, okay. Yeah, I'll go first because I don't want to smell that.
Yeah.
Follow my lead.
Okay.
Ah.
Pterodactyl here. Today's video is going to be on this here John Deere XUV 560E S4. Boy, that's a mouthful to say. What kind of John Deere gator you got? I got a UVX or a VXE604SYW. Why don't they shorten it up, John Deere, if you're watching. So the problem with this thing is it won't idle. And wait till you see where the motor is on this stupid thing. I mean on this thing. So I got to do that. And then there's a latch over here to fold this down. Get it, boy, get it! Woo, he's getting it. Flip this up. And I don't know if you could see in there, Mr. Cameraman, but there's the engine right there. Buried. And the carburetor's under here somewhere, under this thing. So I can tell from the valve cover that this thing's got a brakes and scrap 'em Vanguard in it. So I'm judging that this is the air filter. Yep, here's the air filter. And it's got an inner filter here that's kind of doesn't fit on here very tight. Let's take this thing off. And, okay, so this is where the air intake comes in. And I think it's clear. Let me put my spectacles on. I can't see without these glasses. I hear something. Music. Must be the carnivals in town. Alright, looks like Fluffy had gotten in there. Oh yeah. There's Fluffy's poop. Yep, Fluffy's in there. Come out, Fluff. Oh yeah, rodents, very destructive. Okay, that may be part of the reason it don't idle. Here's this filter. All right. Hey, this may be a short video. Let's see. And that's a drain. So this is the main intake for it. All right, I'm going to start this thing and see if it'll idle now. Push the brake on. Choke it. Nope. Won't idle. Is that carnival music? I hear that music. Usually I hear carnival music in my head, but that sounded like it was outside. Carnival music in my head. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have to take this thing off, which appears to have a million different screws holding it on here. It's got Torx, little Torx. Let's see what this does. There's one hiding under there. Well, I think that one's stripped out now. That one won't come out. How about these? I've never worked on one of these before. So you and me are going to be learning together. No wonder John Deere charges so much to work on their stuff. Man, I better get some kind of container. Now there's a different model of these gators that use a Vanguard. And I've had a few of them where people contacted me and wanted me to work on them and replace the engine in it. And I talked to a friend of mine that had one, and he said it literally took him 2 days to get the engine out of it. He said it took 2 full 8-hour days. He said you had to take the whole thing apart. He said, so you might want to avoid working on that gator. And sure enough, a couple of people showed up here with them things and wanted me to put a motor in them. And it was that model. And I said, no, I want no part of that. Because, yeah, they told me what John Deere wanted to put the engine in. And it was some crazy price. But again, they're in business to make money. They're not a charity. Darn. How many stupid screws do I got to take out? I'm not done yet. Just to get to the carburetor. This is insane. Here's some more. I'm sure if you worked at John Deere, you would already know that, oh yeah, you got to take out. We'll count up the screws when I get done. You got to take out those 30 screws. All right, get out of my way, cameraman. About ready to get a Sawzall. Here's a little compartment here. Here's a little, and that's where you get to the dipstick and to fill the oil. A little thing there. Jeez, oh Pete. Well, I didn't think I was going to have to take these out. Let's try this. Let's take these two out and see what happens. Seems a little excessive. A little overkill here. I don't think I'll be working on any of these in the future. Or I do this one. I guess I got to take this little thing out too. They send you the John Deere school. You ever work on one of them? XUV, blah, 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 blah. You gotta take everything apart to get at it. Oh, I gotta take the seat out next. let's just build this UTV around this air filter assembly. Well, I see there are 2 screws in the front here that are missing, so this thing must have been apart once before. They left them screws out. Jeez, oh Pete. Now will this come out? I doubt it. Oh, I think I know what's going on here. All right. There's a little air horn. Got a hose clamp on it. Does this stupid dump bed come off of here? How hard is it to get this thing off? Which is in my way. All right. That's loose. Now let's see. Come on. Ugh. You gotta be kidding me. Thought I loosened it up enough. Oh, there we go. Boy, is that stupid. All right, let's see how many screws held all this crap in here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 3. I mean 5. 25 screws to hold that piece in. And this. And these 2 were missing. These 2 are gone. I don't know what happened to them. We still ain't at the carburetor. Alright, now we need to get rid of this cover. 2 5/16 or 8mm headed screws. Well, that was easy enough. Now we can get to the carburetor. Now look at how massive this thing is. Look at how long this thing is. And it's 4-wheel drive. And it's heavy. And it's all being powered by this little brakes and scrapple. I don't know how many horsepower this thing is. It doesn't look like their big block 30 horse engine. It's kind of small. And look at this shaft to drive it. This little drive shaft right here. Little drive shaft coming off the rear axle. Going to a pillow block down here. And then it goes to a big CV joint up to the front. I'm pretty sure this thing is 4-wheel drive. It's gotta be. Unless that's just to shift it. No, it's four-wheel drive. Yeah. That's all going up front to some kind of transfer case. All that long shaft and everything, you know, that takes horsepower away when you got all that a little bit. So here's the carburetor. And here's the idle screw. Now, I wonder if I need to just bump up the screw, bump up the idle, which I probably could have did without taking all this off, had I known that there was a hole here to do that. Let me just try turning it in and see what happens. But I do know on these types of belt-driven, so there's a big belt under there. That looks like that'd be fun to change. If it idles too high, it won't shift into gear, because everything has to come to a complete stop. You know, the drivetrain can't be spinning when you're trying to change gears. Everything's got to come to a complete stop. All right, let's get this thing out of the way. But like I said, never worked on one of these before. I keep choking it. You know, there's probably crap in the carburetor because Fluffy got in there and it probably sucked in a bunch of dirt. I'm just going to turn this in a little more. Can always back it back out if it's idling too high. I got it in park. It's not like it's going to go anywhere. I don't see any more adjustment on there. Now it may be surging because, you know, once you got this big air box assembly on there, you know, that kind of restricts airflow and makes the engine run differently. And I'm sure this didn't help. Let's see how this fits in there now that I got that rat's nest out of there, because this thing wasn't fitting in there too good. It still doesn't. I don't even know if this is the right air filter for it. It seems like it should fit on there tighter. You know, it's kind of flopping around on there. I'll have to look into that. But somebody replaced the air cleaners on it. And I don't think that's the right one. Got any John Deere markings on it? I'll have to call the customer and ask him where he got this. Because usually the way this works is this goes inside of this. Unless that's how it's supposed to go. And somebody shoved that over the top of that. Usually this goes in here like this. And then this goes over that. Usually this is how it works. Just like that. That's how it is on the zero turns. I know some people at John Deere, I can ask them. But I don't. This may just be the intake. This may not go over this like this. Because that's not fitting tight. That doesn't, I don't know, that doesn't seem right to me. We'll find out. All right. I'm going to pop the top of this carburetor off. Now look at how restricted this is. Look at that little tiny intake. Again, for as big as this thing is, as massive as it is, it's got that little tiny carburetor on there. Where's the oil filter at on this thing? Okay, the oil filter is way back under here. And we can't get a good shot for it because we would need a lift. And I'm not set up for working on these UTVs. I'm more set up for lawnmowers. But there's a hole in the bash plate underneath there where you can get up and access the drain plug and the oil filter. But of course, when you take it to the dealer, you know, they're going to put this on a lift, they're going to raise it in the air, and they're going to be able to get underneath there to do the oil change. I am getting a lift, I just don't have one yet. It's coming. I'll probably have it by the end of the year. But for now, I'm not set up for this stuff, nor do I want to be. I don't want to work on these UTVs. So I'm going to take the top of this carburetor off, but I think I need to clean it up a little bit. It probably sucked in some dirt. But just since I got it this far apart, I just don't want to boost up the idle by turning the screw. That's not the right way to fix it. I know nobody else had been messing with it. Well, as far as I know. Again, those two screws were missing in the front, so somebody might have had this apart, but not a John Deere fan. All right, I got the screws out. We'll undo that choke cable. And we'll take a look and see if we see any dirt or any of these little holes plugged up. Everything looks good so far. Set that over there. We pull out the float and the needle. Don't want to lose that needle. So this thing came off pretty easy. Usually the gasket is stuck to it. There's a little jet there and it looks marred up like someone had been in there. Like this, somebody had been in here before and taken this apart. So I got to get a special screwdriver to take that out. So these are some real old breaks and scrap 'em screwdrivers. Don't ask me what the part numbers are or where to get them. I've had these things for like 40 years, but they're special for taking this stuff out because it fits in there right. So we got a little bit of, looks like some dirt and stuff on there because this is the low speed jet. This would help with the idling. I wonder if there's some crap in there. Let me get a little Q-tip too. Those I got close right here. Because I see like some dirt and stuff. Oh yeah, there's lots of dirt down in there. We'll have to suck that out of there. I'll put a new fuel filter on this too. That's under the seat. That's easy enough to get at. We'll have to slurp that out of there. Let me get the slurper. Slurper! Not slippers, slurper. So I'm going to use my oil extractor. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. They sell them at Harbor Freight. That's not where I got this one. I've had this one for over 20 years. This is a must-have tool if you're gonna work on power equipment. We don't pull any drain plugs unless it's on a piece of equipment where you have to. We just suck the oil out. Now, if you get one of these and you're sucking gas out with it, it's always good to follow up with sucking out some oil right after it because you can damage that seal in there. All right.
don't look too bad. But again, you know, a lot of this discoloration and stuff that you see in there is, you know, it's from that ethanol crap. We gotta have that. We gotta have ethanol. It does help the farmers. All right, let me get a wire and prod through this and see if we can, see if anything will come out of the end of this jet. See if there's anything that's stuck in the bottom of it. Because again, that would make it not idle right. I'll be back. Gotta go get the wires. Okay, I got my wires, which are guitar strings. That a fan had sent us these. That's genius. I never would have thought, hey, what about guitar strings? Guitar strings are good. I use these just about every day. Is that the right size guitar string? Nope, too big. Let's find a smaller one. Let's try a G or an F or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know anything about music other than I listen to it. Must be a real tiny hole in there. This is a real small guitar string. Unless I'm not getting right in the center of it. Is there a smaller one on here? This one looks real teeny tiny. I wonder what the teeniest tiny one is. I'm sure you'll say in the comments. Oh, here we go. Now it'll go through. It's kind of stepped down in there. Thought maybe we could see something. The other day a guy came in. He had these little Honda GX200 motors on the back of these gators. They use them for soil sampling. He couldn't get them running. One of them had run out of gas. They put new gas in it and it wouldn't start. So I pulled the bowl and I dropped the main jet out of it. And yeah, see, this one went through. I dropped the main jet out of it and I took the guitar strings and I went through there, through that main jet, because I could tell there was something in there. And I poked out one of those little tiny black bugs. You know those little bugs that are out right now in the fall? They land on you and they bite you. You can feel them and they're little tiny. It almost looks like a poppy seed. That was stuck in the main jet. Plus there was a bunch of other dirt in there. The air filters were completely plugged on these things. And these engines are sitting in the back of a gator, mounted in the bed of the gator, and the engine's sitting up about this high in the back. And I'm like, how did the air filter get so dirty? And he goes, oh, when you're out there in the field, he goes, there's just dust kicking up everywhere. So the air filter got so plugged and so full that it started passing the dirt through the air filter into the carburetor. And it's hard to believe, but it found its way through the fuel filters and all that stuff and into the carburetor. Because there was a lot of dirt in that float bowl. Cleaned it all out, put it back together, fired it right up. He learned something because he watched me do that. I showed him what kind of screwdriver and stuff to use. So that way, if it happens again in the field, he could just fix it out there. Now, what shops are going to do that for you? Show you how to fix stuff when you're out there. I'm helping these people. And you know what? When you help them, they keep coming back. Because they like that you helped them and showed them little tricks. They're like anybody else. They want to save time and money. They don't want to have to put that thing on the trailer, load it up, take it back to a shop. You know, they're trying to get their job done too. So he showed up with 2 of them things on the back of this huge trailer. Both of them weren't running. I got them both running for him real quick. He was very appreciative because he's like, you know, he was going to drop them off, and he's like, when can you get to them? I go, probably tomorrow. And he's like, I want to kind of use them tomorrow. He goes, we've been using them all week. He goes, well, one ran out of gas, and when we put gas back in it, we couldn't get it started. He goes, we even shot starting fluid in there, and we couldn't even get it to start. So, you know, on them Honda GXs, I don't want to drop that needle. Those GXs, when you, now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, it's got those low oil shutdowns on them, you know. Sometimes those go bad too. Alright, we got that in there. Let's take a look at this. Got this little nozzle in the top here. Run the wires through that, just in case, since we got it apart. But yeah, those low oil shutdown features go bad, so I showed them how to disconnect that. That little module sometimes goes bad. I showed them how to disconnect that, just as a, you know, just to make sure that's not the issue. Because even though it'll be full of oil, that little module goes bad, it won't spark. So I said, just unplug that yellow wire. And then if it still don't start, then you know that's not it. You can check other stuff. So they had to go out there and test the soil so they know what kind of fertilizer to use, so they can grow the food, the corn and the soybean, so we can eat. You want to eat, don't you? All right, let's put it back together. Let's put it back together and see what happens. All right, I put a new fuel filter in there. There it is. Now let's
Fire it up! Fire it up!
gotta let some fuel get pumped up in there. Idling now. Idling a lot better than it was. Now remember, I turned it in some. I backed it out, it didn't make any difference. Let me rev it up. That's what it was. Probably some crap in that low speed. I'm going to turn it up a little bit anyway. Doesn't seem to make any difference. All right. Now, let me put all this back together. You don't have to watch me struggle with this for another 20 minutes like when I took it apart. Then, because it's getting late. It's dark out. We're here late because we got a lot going on. Let me get it all back together. I'm going to check with John Deere tomorrow because they're closed now and find out the proper way to put that air filter in there. You know, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking it does go inside like the other ones do. This goes inside of that, and then this is just basically just, I don't know, to pull the air off. But I'll find out tomorrow. And then we'll take it out and we'll rip around on it a little bit and see how this thing is, how it acts. Well, this doesn't belong on this machine. I don't know how it got in there or what the story is, but I did get a hold of the customer and asked him where he got this thing, and he bought it at an auction. And it's got 70 hours on it. Now, I took it for a ride, and it's got, low power because it only has a 16 horsepower brakes and scrap 'em engine in it for this big behemoth. Now, there's nothing wrong with the engine. It's just, it's underpowered the way they manufactured it. It should have a diesel engine in it. But I guess this is a cheaper version of it. And when I was trying to struggle to get this back in, it was a lot easier to just take that back seat out. It was only 2 bolts, so I took the back seat out. And this thing sells brand new if you were to buy one of these, this model with that 16 horse brakes and scrap them. $15,299 is what this thing cost. I don't know what he paid for it at the auction, but it's idling now. So let's take it out, take it for a ride. Get in, Mr. Cameraman. 28 miles an hour top speed. When it goes. I got it in 2-wheel drive. Really no place for us to 4-wheel it. Well, there you have it. It's basically just a 4-wheel drive golf cart. Like I said earlier, it only has a 16 horsepower engine in it for as big as it is, with 4 full-size adults and a payload in it. It's underpowered the way they designed it. But I guess it's okay just for putting around in. You're not going to break any speed records or anything with it. It looks cool. It's got a lot of features on it, but I'm sure that's why whoever owned it got rid of it with low hours on it in the auction. Probably because they weren't going to give them that much for it on a trade-in. They figured they could probably get more. at the auction for it. But if I was to get one of these, I'd get one that's got a diesel engine in it. You know, the biggest, baddest one they got. But, you know, cost-wise, $15,000, that's not really a lot, considering a used golf cart is about $7,000. So there you have it, grass rats. John Deere, or John Doe XUV 550E S4, which I gather the S4 stands for seats for people. It's kind of cool. It's all right for grandma and grandpa to ride around in, take the kids around the farm or whatever. But I wouldn't own one personally, but that's just me. So there you have it. If you like this YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button. Go to our web store where you can get this shirt. Knuckleheads operating power equipment. One of them just operating this. Me and the cameraman. Follow me. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok with your XUVs or side-by-sides or whatever the heck you want to call them. I'll just stick with my held hauler. I like that thing. It goes about as fast as this, my held hauler, and it's cooler, I think. And as always, there's your dinner. Woo! Woo! Got the John Deere to idle again. Woo, 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 woo! She's idling.
Squall Eye.
There's no one in here, Junior.
Oh, yeah? We've come for you, Taryl. We know what powers you have.
It's him you're after, right? You don't want nothing to do with me. I don't have the Squall Eye. Take him!
Taryl, we've known about you and your powers for a long time. We've been waiting for you to use them to confirm what we've thought. For generations, we've been capturing people like you and harnessing their powers for evil. And now you will be a part of that.
Oh, crap! He's got Junior!
I have your son, Taryl. He has no powers, so he is completely useless.
Hey! Why you gotta be so mean? I do all kinds of stuff around here. I'm not useless.
Well, you're useless in the sense you have no powers that can be harnessed for evil.
I don't know. I can make a pretty mean breakfast from scratch. I'm sure even evil guys like you would like it.
Enough with the nonsense. Taryl, if you want to save your son, reveal yourself.
Here I am! Now let my son go!
I'll let him go as soon as I neutralize you so I can take you with me.
I ain't going nowhere!
You don't want to do this, Taryl.
Light him up, Pa! You did it, Pa! You did it! You saved us! Whew!
Oh, yeah, well, you didn't save me in time. I got a nasty headache. That guy knocked me out, Taryl. I'm gonna need a claim for him. I was just joking around, Taryl. Don't hit me with the Squall Eye.
Light him up, Pa!
Happy Halloween! And there's your candy dinner.